Ladies, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see men forever. I think men just fall in love. You think they just decide one day that you're the one? No, it doesn't work like that. Men test women. And most of you are failing these tests without even realizing it. See, men operate in a world of silent strategies. They don't come out and say, I'm testing you. No, instead, they watch, they observe, they set traps, not to break you, but to see if you're truly worth their investment. Men don't just fall in love by accident. They don't wake up one morning and decide, she's the one. No, it's far more calculated than that. What most women don't realize is that men test them quietly, strategically, and often without even knowing they're doing it. And the biggest, most important test is not about how beautiful you are, how kind you are, or even how much you care about him. It's about one thing, your emotional control. A man will intentionally pull back. He'll stop texting as much. He'll become distant. He'll act as if he's losing interest. And while you're sitting there questioning everything, wondering what you did wrong, replaying every conversation, feeling that urge to reach out, he's watching. He's waiting. He wants to see what you do next. Because that moment right there tells him everything he needs to know about you. Most women fail this test without even realizing it. The moment he withdraws, they react. They chase. They send a, hey, is everything okay? Text. They ask, did I do something wrong? They make excuses for him, convincing themselves that he must be going through something and just needs a little push to open up. And just like that, they've fallen into the trap. Because to a man, that reaction signals something deep. It tells him you need his validation to feel secure, and that's where everything shifts. The moment he senses that you're dependent on his attention, the game changes. He starts seeing you differently. Maybe not right away, maybe not even consciously, but something inside him pulls back further. Because men don't commit to women who crumble at the first sign of emotional distance. They commit to women who hold their ground, women who don't need to be reassured every second, women who have control over themselves no matter what he does. Now, some women hear this and say, so I'm just supposed to pretend I don't care? Play games? No, this isn't about playing games. It's about having real self-control. Because the truth is, if you're genuinely confident, if you're truly secure in yourself, you won't have to fake anything. You won't feel the need to chase. Because deep down, you know your worth. You know that if a man is pulling away, it's not a reflection of your value, it's a reflection of his ability to handle a woman of value. The women who pass this test don't panic. They don't start overanalyzing or questioning their worth. They simply observe. They notice the shift, but they don't react. They continue living their lives. They stay focused on themselves, their goals, their happiness. And do you know what happens when they do that? The man feels it. He senses that his absence doesn't shake her. That's when the real fear kicks in. Because let me tell you something, men are not afraid of losing a woman who chases them. They're afraid of losing a woman who doesn't need to chase them. A woman who can walk away. A woman who has options, who has standards, who doesn't waste time trying to figure out why he's pulling away, because she knows that if he wants her, he'll step up. And if he doesn't, she won't sit around waiting. That's power. That's what creates obsession. Not manipulation, not acting cold just to prove a point, but the genuine ability to remain steady no matter what a man does. Because when a man realizes that you are in control of yourself, that nothing he does can shake your confidence, he stops testing you. Instead, he starts proving himself to you. Most women never reach this level. They stay in the cycle of reacting, chasing, and seeking reassurance, not realizing that every time they do, they push men further away. They believe they're being caring and understanding, but in reality, they're showing that they lack the one thing men value most: emotional stability. Men are drawn to women who embody emotional control because it signals strength. It tells them that if life gets hard, if challenges arise, if emotions run high, you won't fall apart. You won't create unnecessary drama. You won't need constant validation just to feel secure in the relationship. You will hold your own. And that's rare. That's valuable. So the next time you feel that urge to react when a man pulls away, stop yourself, take a step back, breathe, ask yourself, am I acting from a place of confidence or insecurity? If the answer is insecurity, don't act at all. Let him feel the space. Let him wonder. Let him realize that you're not the kind of woman who breaks under pressure. Because the moment a man realizes he can't control your emotions, he stops testing you and starts chasing you. Silence is the most powerful weapon a woman can have, yet most women are afraid to use it. The moment a man pulls back, the instinct is to fill the space, to text, to call, to ask what's wrong. But that instinct is exactly what pushes him further away. Because men don't respond to pressure, they respond to absence. They respond to the realization that something valuable is slipping through their fingers. And the only way to make a man feel that is to do nothing. Most women think that doing nothing means they're losing control. They think silence means they're being passive. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Doing nothing is not about weakness, it's about power. It's about restraint. It's about knowing your worth so deeply that you refuse to beg for attention. When a man senses that you're unbothered by his distance, it triggers something deep inside him. He starts questioning himself. He starts wondering why you're not reacting, and suddenly the power shifts. The mistake most women make is believing that if they don't reach out, he'll forget about them. But that's not how men's minds work. Men don't forget a woman who leaves an impact. They don't forget a woman whose absence is felt. What they forget are the women who make themselves too available, too predictable, too easy to reach. When you're always there, always responding, always trying to hold the connection together, you become background noise. But when you remove yourself, when you create space, that's when he notices. That's when he starts to feel your presence through your absence. Think about it. The people we value most in life are the ones we fear losing. And the only way to make a man fear losing you is to show him that you're willing to walk away. That you're not sitting around waiting for him to decide if he wants you. That if he wants a place in your life, he has to earn it. And the moment you do that, you change everything. Men are wired to chase. They are wired to pursue, to fight for what they want. But they can't chase something that is always standing still, waiting for them. The more you push, the less he values you. The more you pull away, the more he realizes your worth. Because men don't commit to women who need them, they commit to women they feel lucky to have. And nothing makes a man feel luckier than knowing he could lose you if he doesn't step up. This isn't about playing games. It's not about being cold or manipulative. It's about shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing silence as a loss, see it as a strategy. See it as a way to filter out the men who are only half interested, the ones who don't value you enough to pursue you properly. A man who truly wants you will notice your silence. He will feel your absence, and if he cares, he will come back stronger. If he doesn't, then he was never really yours to begin with. Most women never learn this. They spend their time trying to prove their worth to men who were never serious about them in the first place. They waste energy chasing, fixing, convincing, and in the end they lose themselves in the process. But the women who stand firm, the ones who refuse to beg for love, who let men feel the loss instead of trying to prevent it, they are the ones who are truly unforgettable. So the next time you feel that urge to reach out, to close the gap, to break the silence, don't. Sit in it. Own it. Let him come to you. Because the woman who does nothing, the woman who is strong enough to let go, is the woman who wins.